Imagine living just a few blocks from a school but being told you could never attend it. Not because you lacked talent or intelligence, but because of the color of your skin.
For millions of African Americans, that was everyday reality in the United States. One young girl would challenge that reality and help change the nation forever. Her name was Linda Brown. In 1954, her case became the center of one of the most important Supreme Court decisions in American history. The case was called Brown v. Board of Education. To understand its significance, we need to go back several decades. In 1896, the Supreme Court decided a case called Plessy v. Ferguson. The court approved a legal doctrine known as separate but equal. This ruling allowed states to separate black and white citizens in public facilities. As long as the facilities appeared equal, segregation was considered constitutional. On paper, the policy sounded fair. In practice, it created a deeply unequal society. Across the country, African American schools often received less funding than white schools. Many students learned in older buildings, with fewer resources and outdated materials. Opportunities available to white students were often denied to black students. Yet segregation remained protected by law for nearly 60 years. During this period, racial separation became a normal part of daily life. Many communities operated separate schools, transportation systems, and public facilities. Civil rights leaders believed this system violated the Constitution. Their arguments centered on the 14th Amendment. The amendment guarantees equal protection of the laws to every person. One organization became especially determined to challenge segregation through the courts. That organization was the NAACP. The NAACP spent years building a strategy to dismantle segregation step by step. Leading this effort was a talented attorney named Thurgood Marshall. Marshall believed segregation could not coexist with true equality under the Constitution. Instead of challenging every segregation law at once, he focused on carefully selected cases. One of those cases emerged from Topeka. A young girl named Linda Brown lived near a school reserved for white children. The school was close to her home and easy to reach. Despite that, she was not allowed to attend. School officials rejected her application solely because she was black. Instead, she was required to travel farther to attend a segregated school. Her father, Oliver Brown, decided to challenge the system. He joined other families who believed segregation violated their children's rights. Many people think Brown v. Board of Education involved only one lawsuit. In reality, the case combined 5 separate lawsuits from different parts of the country. Each lawsuit challenged racial segregation in public schools. Together, they formed one historic Supreme Court case. At first, the debate focused on whether black and white schools were truly equal. In many states, the differences were obvious and impossible to ignore. Black schools often had fewer resources and fewer educational opportunities. However, the situation in Topeka presented a different challenge. The segregated schools there were relatively similar in quality and facilities. That forced the court to confront a deeper constitutional question. Can schools ever be truly equal if students are separated by race? That question became the heart of the case. The Supreme Court heard arguments and carefully considered the issue. The justices quickly realized the decision could reshape American society. Some members of the court believed segregation clearly violated the Constitution. Others worried about how states would respond to such a ruling. The justices remained divided for many months. Then an unexpected event changed the course of the case. Chief Justice Fred Vinson died before the court reached a final decision. He was replaced by former California Governor Earl Warren. Warren believed segregation was fundamentally unconstitutional. He also believed the court needed to speak with one voice. A unanimous ruling would give the decision greater legitimacy and authority. As the case continued, another argument gained national attention. Psychologists conducted a series of experiments using dolls with different skin colors. Many black children associated positive qualities with the white dolls. Some children associated negative qualities with the black dolls. Researchers argued that segregation damaged children's self-esteem and sense of identity. The findings remain debated today, but they influenced public discussion at the time. The focus shifted from buildings and budgets to the human effects of segregation. Finally, on May 17, 1954, the Supreme Court announced its decision. The ruling was unanimous. Every justice agreed with the outcome. Chief Justice Earl Warren delivered the opinion of the court. He argued that the effects of segregation were more important than physical comparisons between schools. The court concluded that separate educational facilities are inherently unequal. That statement became one of the most famous lines in legal history. The ruling declared that school segregation violated the Equal Protection Clause. For the first time, the Supreme Court rejected the legal foundation of segregated education. The decision marked a major victory for the civil rights movement. However, the ruling did not immediately end segregation across the country. Many Southern leaders strongly opposed the court's decision. Some states delayed integration and searched for ways to resist compliance. As a result, the issue returned to the Supreme Court the following year. In 1955, the court issued a follow-up ruling known as Brown II. The justices ordered schools to desegregate with all deliberate speed. The phrase was intended to encourage progress while maintaining stability. In practice, many communities used it to justify years of delay. Resistance to integration remained widespread throughout parts of the South. The conflict became highly visible during the Little Rock Crisis in Arkansas. 9 African American students attempted to attend a previously all-white high school. Large crowds gathered to prevent the students from entering the building. The situation became so serious that federal troops were eventually deployed. Their mission was to enforce the constitutional rights of the students. The events demonstrated that legal victories alone could not instantly change society. Even so, Brown v. Board of Education transformed the national conversation about race and equality. The ruling inspired activists across the country to push for broader civil rights reforms. Momentum continued to build throughout the following decade. That movement contributed to the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. The law prohibited segregation in many public facilities throughout the nation. A year later, Congress passed the Voting Rights Act of 1965. The law targeted discriminatory practices that prevented African Americans from voting. Together, these reforms helped reshape American democracy. Today, Brown v. Board of Education remains one of the most influential Supreme Court decisions ever issued. The case was about more than classrooms and school buildings. It was about equality, citizenship, and the meaning of constitutional rights. A young girl's struggle for access to a nearby school became a turning point in American history. Her story reminds us that ordinary people can help drive extraordinary change, and sometimes a single court case can change the course of a nation.